Welcome to another episode of Effortless Coding. My name is Samuel and I'm glad that you've joined us. For those people who are actually watching this for the first time, kindly remember to subscribe and share with your friends who may be interested in learning how to code. Now, in this particular episode, we'll talk about, do you need to install JavaScript on your machine or you don't? So one thing I'll tell you is, because JavaScript, just like HTML, runs on the client side, that is on your browser. So when we handled HTML, for those people who've not watched our HTML tutorial series, you can click on this link to watch the playlist. We never installed HTML in any place. We just installed the software or the code editors where we were coding, but we never installed HTML, unlike in PHP, Python, and all that, where we did the installation. Now, for those people who don't like using code editors like Sublime text editor or Notepad or whichever, you can, or Visual Studio or all that, you can actually even go to your own browser and code from there. There's a section on your browser when you right click on any part of your browser, on the page of your browser, and click on the option called inspect. As you can see on my screen, there's that option called inspect. Once you right click on your browser page, and it will open a tab, a dock that is docked at the bottom of your screen, and it has one of the tabs called console. So if you can click that console, as you can see on my screen, this facility or this functionality is available on most browsers. So whether you're using Google Chrome or you're using Mozilla Firefox or whichever browser you're using, you should be able to get this particular functionality. You can also code on that particular console section within the inspect inspect tool. So that is the second way in which you can code JavaScript. Another way you can find coding in JavaScript available for you is via websites like Free Code Camp. If you go to freecodecamp.org and you go to the learning subdomain, you should be able to find a very nice coding environment for JavaScript. Last but not least, you can go actually to codepen.io. On this particular site, you're actually also able, just like Free Code Camp, you're given a space where you can actually code your JavaScript. Now let's assume you have a code. I want us to write some code and I want to show you how to comment in JavaScript. Commenting in JavaScript is similar to PHP. When we commented on PHP, remember for single line commenting, we did // and commented. Then for multi-line commenting, we did a / with an asterisk. Then we did all the comments, the multi-line comments, then ended up with an asterisk and the /. So that is the same way we are going to comment on this particular JavaScript now, whenever we'll need commenting. So I just thought that maybe I should mention so that you don't see me commenting without having to pass. So I don't want to ignore, I don't want to assume that you already know. So open your Sublime text editor and I want you to create a new file. Name it as myfirstjs project, myfirstjsproject.html. As if you've been following our tutorials, we've been saving all our scripts on one folder. So I want you to save it in the same folder called My First Project. Then I want you to type the following, as you can see on my screen. Open the script tag. For those people who've been following our HTML tutorial series, we handle the script tag. So open the script tag using a less than sign, the word script, then the greater than sign. Then close it again, close the script tag, the same way we've been opening and closing tags. Within the script tags, I want you to type the following. Just type the word console in small letters, .log, that is console.log. Then open. This is an inbuilt functionality. We'll talk about it later, but I just want you to see how to code this as your first program, how to code in JavaScript. So type console.log and then open your brackets. Within the brackets, put double quotes, and within the double quotes I want you to type welcome to Effortless Coding. Once you've done that, end it with a semicolon. JavaScript is similar to PHP, but it's not a must sometimes to put the semicolon in JavaScript, unlike in PHP where you must put the semicolon. But as a good coding practice, it's always good to have that semicolon at the end. So put the semicolon at the end of console.log statement, that is console.log, open brackets, double quotes, welcome to Effortless Coding, then a semicolon at the end. Save that file, then open your browser and access it the same way we've been accessing our files. As you can see on my screen, I have refreshed. What you should see there is a completely blank page because JavaScript will not run on this area. There's no body here, as you can see on the screen. Now I want you to open the inspect tag. So right click on that particular page that is blank and click inspect and go to the console tab. Once you go to the console tab and you refresh the page, you should be able to see the word welcome to Effortless Coding under the console tab. So that is how we run JavaScript when it comes to the browser. The other option, we have different options of showing this message. We can use also another function called alert. The same way we've said console.log. Console.log basically means it will log this information under the console section of that of your browser. But if you want it to pop up on the body section of your browser, you can use the word alert, or rather the function alert. So the other option could be replacing that console.log with just the small letter word alert. And you come refresh on the browser, you'll be able to see a pop-up. As you can see on my screen, the pop-up should say welcome to Effortless Coding. Now I want us to go back to our Sublime editor. I want us to test the commenting just as we did. So let's do the first single line commenting by putting the // and say this is our first JavaScript program. Then we also do the same for the multi-line, that is /*, then do the this is in different lines. This is my first JavaScript project in multi-line, every word to be on its own line, then end with an asterisk with a /. So that should actually, you can see it's grayed out. So the fact that it's grayed out, it shows that the browser will not read that part. It will actually skip that part of the code because we've already said that this is a comment. So I hope you've learned that JavaScript is never installed, and I hope you've also learned that we can use different editors to write our code and run it. And for purposes of this tutorial, we'll be using those two, Sublime Text Editor and also the console section within your browser. So until next time, kudos!